There's a lot of confusion about mailing postcards, and if you don't use the right method of mailing, it could cost you a lot of extra money. So what I'm going to do right now is lay out the different types of mailing that you can do and show you what works best for each. There are three ways that you can mail postcards: first class mail, bulk mail, and EDDM, also called every door direct mail. Now, first class mail is definitely the easiest. Chances are you've used first class mail. If you've popped a stamp on an envelope or a postcard, popped it in the mail, that's first class mail. It's simple, but it's the most expensive. Yes, you can use it, and there are times when that is appropriate that we'll talk about later, but keep in mind it's the most expensive. Take this postcard, for instance. This is a reminder postcard that's part of our advertising coaching club that members use to remind their current clients that it's been 1 year since their last cleaning. This particular postcard is 4 inches by 6 inches, which is the standard size for standard postcard postage. And particularly, we've done this for that particular size with that in mind. Now, with this particular postcard to send first class, it's only 33 cents, which is pretty reasonable. If we did want to send a lot of these, several of these all out at one time, and we have at least 200, we can send them bulk mail, and that would cost as little as 24 cents to send that same exact postcard. Or we could even saturate an entire neighborhood with a postcard that size, or any type of postcard that's 4 inches by 6 inches, and that saturation mailing, it's not technically EDDM, but it's sort of like that, because saturation mailing is 20 cents. Okay, so just keep that in mind for what we're about to talk about in just a moment. Again, that's postage for 4 inch by 6 inch, a smaller type of postcard. This postcard's a little bit larger. This is 5.5 inches by 8 inches. This is a common size that we like to use for what we call newsletter postcards, where we give information not just about the special offer that we're having, or not just an image ad, but actual educational information that we send to our current clients, and sometimes even to the neighborhoods that we're targeting. Now, this particular postcard, again, is 5.5 inches by 8 inches. A larger postcard, but not super big. Now, to be able to send this first class, which is one method that you can use, is 46 cents a piece. And again, the prices that I'm giving you here could be accurate, but they might not be. So check locally for the different prices that you're going to be given. This is just basically what we know for our own company that are normally charges that we're going to have for this type of postage. But for a 5.5 by 8 inch postcard, you're going to be looking usually at about 46 cents. Now, to be able to send the same exact postcard via bulk mail, you're going to be looking at 24 cents to be able to send the same exact postcard. So that's a significant savings. Now, as well, you can do the saturation mailing, which is basically targeting an entire neighborhood. We're going to talk more about that and the ins and outs of that in just a second, but you can do that for only 20 cents to be able to target an entire neighborhood with that type of postcard. Now, keep in mind that's a 5.5 by 8 inch postcard. Not huge, but not a tiny postcard. The other type of postcard, which is a lot larger, you can't tell by the scale that we've got here, but an 11 inch by 8.5 inch postcard, which is a huge postcard, you can mail as well. This is about the size of a standard piece of copy paper. Now, for this particular postcard, again, front and back, information on front and back with all of these, for first class, you're going to be looking at 92 cents a piece. Yes, that's pretty expensive. Now, keep in mind, whenever you do send larger pieces through the mail, you're going to be able to convert more. Usually, if it's a good ad, we're taking that for granted, but if it's a good ad, the more you tell, the more you sell. So the larger the ad, the better, normally all else being equal. So again, that can be a good situation for a larger postcard, but we can make this a lot cheaper by using bulk mail and actually be able to send those out for only 36 cents a piece. Now, here's where this gets good, though, especially if you're mailing these larger type postcards like the 8.5 by 11 postcards. You can send these out for as little as 15 cents a piece. And this is great. And again, there's ins and outs about this that we're going to talk about in just a moment about really when every door direct mail comes in handy. So keep in mind that an every door direct mail is great for mailing large postcards, okay, within certain specifications. An every door direct mail piece, though, has to be a postcard. It can be other types of mail pieces, but usually postcard is what normally is going to be used for the most part. It has to be a larger postcard, at least 6 by 6.25 inches by 9 inches or slightly larger. Okay, so it does have to be a large postcard. does have to be at least 0.007 inches thick, so it can't be just a flyer or a piece of paper. It actually has to be a somewhat thicker type of postcard for it to be able to work as an every door direct mail piece. Typical sizes are going to be like the 8.5 by 11 that we just looked at, 9 inches by 12 inches, 6.5 by 9, and again, these are sent for the postage being 15 cents a piece. And there are ways to where you can get these printed, these type of larger postcards, for as little as even 6-7 cents a piece for these huge postcards. Now, the thing about every door direct mail as well is that you don't need to have a mailing list and you don't need to have a permit, which makes every door direct mail really, really attractive if you've just got an entire neighborhood or an entire area of town that you want to canvass. Every door direct mail is ideal for that. With bulk mail, you do need to have a mailing list and you do need to have a permit. Usually it's a little less than $200 per year to be able to get a bulk mail permit. So keep that in mind. So those are kind of the differences. I want you to kind of know the differences between the prices and the differences between the actual methods and what you're going to need, whether you need a permit, whether you need a mailing list or not. So obviously if you're sending to your client database, you're going to have a mailing list. Bulk mail can be really, really good. With every door direct mail, you're going to be canvassing an entire area and you don't need a mailing list. Therefore, you can't really use every door direct mail to target your client database. So again, bulk mail, great for client newsletters and postcards, sending things to your current clients or the people that you actually have a database list for with their addresses. Bulk mail is perfect and even ideally made for that. Something like this, like we showed you before, the client newsletter postcard, being able to send that to your current clients. Every door direct mail is perfect for targeting neighborhoods. When you don't have particular names, when you only have information about which areas of town you're wanting to hit, every door direct mail is perfect for that. Again, that can be done for as little as 15 cents a piece. This is another example right here of an every door direct mail piece, that to be able to send this larger 8.5 by 11 inch postcard, and sometimes even a little bit larger than that, to canvass entire neighborhoods. The other things to keep in mind is every door direct mail and bulk mail both require a minimum mailing of 200 pieces to be able to make them work. First class, if you have smaller mailings, first class is great. Let's say you've only got a client database of only 190 people so far, you're new in business, well, first class is probably going to be the best way to go for that. If you'd like to get your hands on already made every door direct mail and postcard templates, even some of the ones that you've seen in this video, plus dozens and dozens and dozens of others, you can go to hitmanadvertising.com/coaching. We even have programs within this club where you can actually get one graphic design done for you for free each and every month, and even huge discounts on being able to get this stuff printed up for you. So if you're going to be doing any spring mailing to your current clients or to brand new neighborhoods, this is something that you would probably want to consider doing.